What's up, everyone? Okay, so I just finished trading, and I'm going to show you the P&L in 1 second, but guess what? It is officially October, and there's two ways you can tell. The first is that it's pouring rain. So it's going to be like this until November, when it starts snowing. So that's the downside of October in New England. But let's look at the upside. The upside is that here I am this morning up. Let me zoom in. $5,685.31. Not bad at all. So we are seeing the momentum. Let me zoom back out. There we go. I'm excited. This is, now almost a $6,000 green day. That's 3 times the daily goal. That is an awesome start to the month. So what I want to do, I want to welcome in the new month of October the right way. I have set up a coupon code, VIVE, coupon code VIVE. That's the stock I traded today. It'll give you 25% off anything at Warrior Trading. You want to join the chat room? You want to trade side by side with me for the next month? You want to join the Warrior Starter? You want to join the Warrior Pro? Use coupon code VIVE to save 25%. All right, so we're going to get this month of October off to a great start. Enjoy the recap. It's going to include some clips of live trading this stock. You'll really enjoy it. Questions, comments, leave them below, and we'll see you guys first thing tomorrow morning. All right, everyone, so we're going to do our midday market recap here, go over the trades from this morning. Only traded one stock, VIVE, and this one ended up being, a great momentum stock. Now, I was a little skeptical at first because VIVE has had a history over the last couple weeks of hitting the gap scanner and selling off. In fact, it's now lower than where it opened this morning. So it's actually going to be another red candle on the daily chart. But that didn't mean there wasn't enough volatility to give a nice opportunity for profit right out of the gates. So here today is now the 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 17th consecutive red day, which, of course, at the beginning of the day when this was a green candle, big green volume, green here, it was looking like finally this stock was turning around. And so that's why I took my trades on it this morning. Now, what I've done is I put together a coupon code, VIVE, for you guys to save 25% store-wide. So if you guys want to upgrade your chat room membership from chat room monthly to quarterly, from quarterly to annual, if you want to join the Warrior Starter class, you want to join the Warrior Pro class, use coupon code VIVE. This is going to be to celebrate today's big winner, $5,600, and the fact that October is here, which is awesome. So let's break down basically my trades on VIVE, how I found it, why I knew it was a stock worth trading, and where I was getting in and where I was getting out. So I'm going to have this recording right here that we'll go through as well. This is going to break down my entry and exit and everything else. Okay, so we'll start by going through the gap scanner. All right, so VIVE was on our gap scanner, as you can see right here. So I, just while I was going over the coupon code, I changed the historical date here on this to 9:25 a.m. So at 9:25 a.m., VIVE was our second leading gapper in the entire U.S. stock market, right? Thousands of stocks, and this was our second leading gapper. $5.49, gapping up 24%, 170,000 share float, 929,000 shares of pre-market volume. So as we talk about in the Warrior Pro class, this met all 5 criteria for being a stock worth trading. The price, the gap, the float, the pre-market volume, and it had a news catalyst. Now, the news catalyst wasn't the strongest. I was a little bit unsure about it. But at the same time, I try not to focus as much on the fundamentals of a news catalyst as much as the technicals. Technicals are my priority. So when I looked at this pre-market, I saw that we had a pre-market high of 585. And so I mark that out with my line tool here. 585 is the pre-market high. So I know that that is psychological resistance. Now the pre-market low was down here around 460. So we've got a pretty big range. Hit 585, dropped down to 460, then ripped back up to 580. And then right as we were coming into the open, we were sitting right around 550. So let's go to kind of like right around here. So at this point, what I said pre-market during the watch list was that I liked VIVE. I was a little bit unsure about it. I thought that there was a little bit of risk just because of the history of the stock kind of failing over the last 17 days. But it's a recent reverse split and an extremely low float with a catalyst. And so these can become parabolic stocks and can give us a turnaround story. So I thought it was at least worth giving a shot. All right, so the bell rings, and I'm going to move my chart over to here, and then we'll run this. Okay, so the bell rings right here, and the first thing that happens, let's go back here, is the stock actually dips down for a second. All right, so the market is already opened, and now I'm going to look at this. So right here, and you can see how quickly the tide can shift. All right, so we open, and the stock squeezes up to a high of 583 and then drops back down. So it squeezes up and drops back down. All right, so now let's press play here. All right, so I'm watching it as it's kind of potentially, I'm thinking, curling up here. And the level that I'm watching at this point is, and I see the volume come in, and as I see that volume come in, I go ahead and press the buy button. That was right here. So I was anticipating this break over 564. What was this? The first 1 minute candle to make a new high. So that was what I was targeting with a stop at 542. All right, so I stepped up to the plate here with 6,000 and then 9,000 shares. All right, so now it's 68 on the ask. 68, but wait a second, 65, 68, all right, 73, looking good. So right now I'm up $714. So we're kind of testing right around here, but it didn't break the high of day, which at this point was 83. So I was a little bit nervous, and probably it wouldn't have been wrong to bail out here. It wouldn't have been wrong just to take the 7-8 cents of profit and get out. Because look what happens. 70, 67, now people are bailing out. Flush of selling going through. 67 on the bid. I'm giving it a second. 65. That's not what I wanted. 60, 57. Now you can see people are selling a little bit more, a little bit of a dip. Now I'm down 500, 55, 53, 49, 45, 42. Now we're coming right down to my stop, and I was about to press the Control Z button to bail out. So I've got my stop order there at the low. Now it tapped that level, but it didn't break that level. So I don't want to sell on support. I want to give it a second, let it bounce, see if it's going to hold that level, because this is a support level. Now if that support level broke, I'd have to bail out, but it didn't break. It held that level. So I hold tight. My stop is in place. Now, I changed my settings here because now I'm like, okay, if this thing dips down and it now rips back up, what it's going to do is it's going to fake out short sellers who went short here anticipating a drop, right? So there are people that went short probably on the break of the $0.50 of 550 thinking this is going to flush, it's going to drop, and now, okay, they're short at 550. Where's their stop going to be? Probably around 575. Definitely 583. So now I'm thinking about putting the pedal to the metal and adding over those levels to try to capitalize on the breakout as short sellers cover. So I'm watching. Here we go, 65, 68. I put my order at 76 right now. I'm ready to add. I've got my hand on the buy button. Watching. I just add there, and look at that. Look at how fast that was. And just like that, I go from, red to now up $1,583. Sold 12,000 shares like it was no problem. And actually, that was a mistake. I meant to sell half, 6,000 shares, but I pressed the hotkey to sell the whole thing. Now, those hotkeys are right next to each other, and so it's not totally uncommon for me to tap one when I mean to tap the other. It does happen from time to time. All right, so now I'm out of the trade, and I'm like, all right, well, I meant to be holding half of it, but okay, as it turns out, now we're back to 63. Okay, so, well, maybe I did the right thing by taking profit where I did. Again, this is VIVE. All right, so now I put an order up at 88. All right, I'm thinking, okay, if this breaks over 85, which is still kind of our line in the sand, then I want to go back in. So now my order's ready at 85. Watching. Boom, I'm back in. Now I'm back in at 79. And once again, I'm down 10 cents, which is not what I really was looking for. I was expecting an immediate break over 80, a break of 85, and a rip up to $6. So a little moment of hesitation. Note that the stock is now up 30% with 2 million shares of volume. It does have short sale restriction. On this one, when it came back up, I decided to get out. I was like, you know what, I'm just going to reduce my risk on this. I can always go back for another trade. But let me reestablish a lower risk entry. All right, so now I'm up $1,997, making some nice progress. New order is at $5.95, as you can see right here. Hands on the buy button. All right, so watching this. Oh, well, now check that out. That right there is a 24,000 share buyer at 75. So that's what tells you that now, there might be a short seller that's getting a little bit squeezed. All right, we'll resume. Okay, so I've got my order at 95. Now I want to add for the breakout to take a trade over 6. I reduced my share size on this a little bit. All right, I pressed the buy button at 90 and 90. I'm only getting a partial fill because now it's 88 by 93. So now I'm in with 3,637 shares, a partial fill, as you can see here, which I ended up canceling the order because I didn't fill the whole thing. All right, so now I'm looking for this to break over the high of, or break over the psychological resistance of $6. I add there, as you can see, added another 3,000 shares at 94. Now I've got 6,000. Okay, we're coming up. A bit of resistance here, right? So we're seeing some kind of thicker level too. A lot of buyers at 95, but clearly sellers at 90, 97, 98. And sometimes we know that half dollars and whole dollars are psychological levels of support and resistance. So as of right now, I'm holding 6,637 shares with a cost basis of $5.90. And just like that, now I put out my hotkey. And again, when you're putting out hotkeys, because you're putting out orders quickly, it popped there up to 10, but it doesn't hold that level. It pulls back. So the hotkeys kind of go out at funny times. I lock up the profit there. End up with a kind of funny 147 shares I'm still holding, and now I'm up $2,727. Not bad, and now on the chart, we're right here. So we've tapped 610. All right, we've tapped that we broke through the psychological resistance, and now we've hit 610. Now, by the way, these types of recordings are what get uploaded to the live trading archives from time to time for Warrior Pro students. So those of you guys that are enjoying the recap, again, I encourage you to use the coupon code VIVE to get into the starter class. You'll have chat room and simulator access, or get into the pro class. You'll also have chat room simulator access. You'll have my full strategy, and you'll have these live trading archives, which, as you can see, you can learn quite a lot from. So, and every now and then I'll put them on Facebook or YouTube or something like that. So here I'm up $2,700. I'm going to make another $3,000 on this stock, right? I've still got a ways to go. We're up 34% on the day, 2.8 million shares of volume. So we've got liquidity. I could easily be buying more shares of the stock, but I'm trading within my risk tolerance. keep in mind, we're at the beginning of October, the first day of the month. I really can't afford to take a $3,000, $4,000, or $5,000 loss at the very beginning of the month. I need to be focused on making money, taking my profit, and, being a little bit more conservative. Granted, I am, as you can see, trading at times with up to 12,000 shares so far today. Okay, so we dip down here. We come back up. I'm still holding this position because this doesn't even really matter. I'm up $8, $9, right? So I'm just leaving it for now. There's no reason in taking the $2 commission to sell this when I'm planning on getting back in anyways. So just kind of discount that. It doesn't really matter. All right, so now I'm watching the 610 level. Again, I've reduced my share size here down to 2,000 shares from my 3,000, typical share size. As it curled up right there, I did not get in for one critical reason. The time was, as you can see here in the top corner, 9:38 and 38 seconds. I wanted to wait for this green candle to close before taking my next entry. And the reason was because I wanted to get at least a somewhat proper 1 minute pullback after this red doji candle. We know doji candles are candles of indecision, and so I wanted to let that candle kind of sit there for a second rather than buying the very next candle. So I didn't jump in as it just surged up here to 610, even though I could see why some of you might have right here thinking it's going to break over. And I hesitated. I said, I'm interested, but I'm going to give it a second. All right, so now my order is still ready to go at 610. And I kind of am watching to see what it does down here at this level, but my order is ready to go. Now my hand is on the buy button, and I will buy in anticipation of the break. $6, nice stack of buyers there, and there we go. So I jumped in quickly. When I saw that stack of buyers, that gave me a little bit of conviction that this is going to hold the support level of $6. And you can probably tell that I'm using level 2, which is what this is right here, perhaps even a little bit more than the chart. I mean, I'm using the chart, and this is, of course, technical analysis, but what I really am going to see here are these types of things like the support level or that big buyer that was at 575, 574. Those communicate a little bit more market sentiment, and it communicates it faster than what I'll see in the chart. So this is something that we cover in the Warrior Pro class. So boom, 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 I'm in now. I'm actually in 6 cents below the breakout spot, a little aggressive. Of course, I have a bit of a cushion, and I'm starting with 4,000 shares. And now I just double to 8,000 shares. All right, so now I'm stepping up a little bit. There we go. Okay, so on this one, I was a little nervous. All right, so we hit a high here of, I don't know what it was, 20-something. So I got out, and now I'm ready to get back in. And so I put a new order. I'm going to put a new order at the high of 18. Again, anytime you're trading a stock up 30%, now we're starting to get a little top heavy, and we've got to be a little careful, but that added another $700. So new order is ready at 620. All right, so we've got a high now here. Boom, boom, I'm back in with 4,000 shares, but immediately down now by almost 10 cents per share. Order is now going at 635. I just added at 623. And I'm really thinking this has potential to break over the $0.50 of 650. And because it's moving faster, if it breaks over 650, there's a good chance it'll rip to 675, and then there's a great chance it'll hit $7. Once these stocks start to really open up, as we see here, they can move faster. So I'm looking at this for a possible move now up to 650. So I'm in it right now with 8,000 shares, and I have an order here to add 650. I'm not loving the fact that we're struggling just a little bit here. I kind of was thinking that it would be already in the 640s at least. I don't even remember whether I try to add here. Yep, so I add another 1,000 shares there. I'm going a little more conservative. And there we go. There's the break through the high. I'm taking profit. So as we rip through the high, I throw out orders to take profit. This one's out at 37. That one hit the bid at 39, 37. And now I'm up $4,886. And still holding 500 shares. Now, unfortunately here, this is sort of moment of truth. This is right up in this level, and I was thinking about adding at 44. This is a micro pullback. This is a micro pullback, but I was waiting for confirmation, which the confirmation would have been a break over 44, 45. So I'm holding tight on this for a second. Those of you guys watching on Facebook and YouTube, give me the thumbs up and the shares if you enjoyed these videos. So 35 now on the bid, and when it breaks that level, it's going to flush down quickly. Sellers at 35, 37. It's holding up for a second. It looks like it maybe will hold this level and break over 40. 40 on the ask, 42, 41, 38, 35, 36, 36 on the bid. Now it's feeling a little top heavy, a little weak. Red on the time and sales. It's not breaking yet. 36 by 40. I'm wanting to get back in, and now I've reduced to 1,500 shares. In some markets, I would probably already have added, and then look at that quick drop. So now we get a quick drop, and that was like right here. All right, so now while this is happening, I'm like, all right, well, that's kind of the end of this breakout for right now, and I sell the rest at 18. Okay, so now I'm going to switch gears here for a minute. Let's see. All right, so I'm just looking for where I'm going to take this trade. Okay, so this is right around here. Oh, I switched over. Yeah, so this one, I switched to my IRA account. My buying power wasn't reset the previous day. So then I switched back to my main account. So I wanted to get in here in my IRA, because one of the things that I like to do is I kind of tell myself, all right, I've made some good money in my main account. Now I'm going to kind of just put that aside. I'm going to just take that money off the table, put it aside, and now I'll start trading in my retirement account. And since the retirement account now is starting the day at 0, I'm going to be a little bit more conservative because I don't want to go right into the red. So I switch gears to my retirement account. I press the buy button and my orders get rejected. Cannot exceed buying power. Obviously, I have more than enough buying power, but Lightspeed has been having an issue with IRA accounts and buying power not resetting and stuff like that. So whatever. I then switched back to my other account. So that was right here. Okay, so right here. And what I was watching was the stock had just dropped down and bounced off the VWAP, the volume weighted average price. The volume weighted average price is right here. All right, so it dropped down to that level, and I actually tried to buy right down here at 598. I was trying to buy a bounce because right on this candle, we sort of, was it this candle? No, it was on this candle right here that it double bottomed or triple bottomed at 591. So I start thinking, okay, I think this is holding support at around this level. So I want to jump in, and here my stop was only going to be like 7 cents away, right? Super tight stop. Stop is at 590. Okay, so I'm going to jump in here, and now I'm going to be a little aggressive. So I'm in with 9,000 shares at 602 with a stop at 590. I'm buying the bounce off the VWAP, and I'm going to add over 1520 right here. Now I'm stepping up to the plate. I've got 12,000 shares, and what I'm looking at is the first 5-minute candle to make a new high over 620, and then I want to see an immediate rip up to 630 and then 640. So this hesitation by itself right now, I'm a little nervous because I'm in pretty deep. Okay, there we go. That's what I wanted to see. 15. I want to see a little more buying volume on the level 2. And, I'm thinking that now we finally have a stock that's moving. This might be my chance for a real home run. First 5-minute candle to make a new high and a move up to $657. So I add again. Now I've got 15,000 shares. 15,000 shares is pretty aggressive. $6.07 is my cost basis. And look at this. I'm up $1,700 on this breakout right here. But here's the thing. On this breakout, I needed to see an immediate, and I mean pretty much an immediate rip to 625, and then over that psychological quarter up to 650, 675, like a very quick move. I didn't get it. Now, no. Don't like that at all. We're pulling off this level. I got to bail out. I hit the bid. I'm out. And I'm hitting the bid. I'm trying to get out. I'm selling a little on the ask, and then I'm going to hit the bid there, and I'm out. And I'm done. $5,685.31. I saw the writing on the wall here as it broke this level and didn't immediately rip up into the 30s that this was done. And this is what ended up happening. So we did have sort of a triple bottom here, and we tried to break. It made the first 5-minute candle. The first 5-minute candle made a new high, but it only broke by 5 cents, and then it failed. And so I hit the bid. I bailed out. 15,000 shares. Now I'm out. And, this is the thank goodness for hotkeys, because once it breaks now, this is now a false breakout. Short sellers are going to see this weakness. They're going to be hitting. Well, the thing is, with the short sale restriction, they can't hit the bid. But in any case, this is where traders just are going to bail out those who might have been holding, hoping that this would be the one that would squeeze up to, $6.75, $7, maybe even, do more than that. So as you can see, it retraced here heavily back down to 542, and now has just been pretty much dropping since then on these bear flags. So bear flag, and drop, as you can see on the 5-minute as well. So, this was the one today, VIVE, celebrating the beginning of October. Momentum is back. So, I'm really glad to see this type of follow through. This is a great start to October, $5,685.31. And I've got the coupon code VIVE for you guys to join the chat room, the starter or the pro, 25% off, and get into the room and start taking these classes, trading side by side with me, and let's make October a month to remember. All right, so I'm excited. October is off to a great start, and of course I'll be back at it first thing tomorrow morning, 9:15, for hopefully a great watch list with some good stocks off the scanner and some good momentum as soon as the bell rings. All right, so that's it for me. I'll see you guys first thing tomorrow morning.
If you're still watching, you must have really enjoyed that video. So why not subscribe and get email alerts anytime I upload new content? Remember, when you subscribe, you become a member of the Warrior Trading family.